Welcome back everyone to Zombie's Garage. Brought something back from the depths of Marketplace late last night. It was roughly about an hour and a half away, so I didn't get home till after dark to be able to show this off. It's a Cub Cadet 2146, just like my current garden tractor. This one is all together. I do have the deck and I do have the floor mats and all that other stuff. This one runs, but doesn't move. It makes a whole lot of racket when you start it up and you try to go to move it around. And I think I already figured out what the problem is. So let's flip this camera around and I'll show you what I found. Alright, basically, it made a lot of racket. It sounded really familiar. Let's see if we can adjust the gimbal here. That's about as far as up to go. The drive shaft here, you hear that? The drive shaft bushings are gone, which means the drive shaft's just rattling around in there, and that is the rattling noise around when I heard it fired up, and I automatically knew what the problem was. So we're going to get this in the garage. We're going to replace the drive shaft bushings, clean it up somewhat because it is a little bit dirty. It's older. It's got like 900 hours on it. Originally I was going to use it for parts for mine, but if I could fix it and get it running mowing, I might as well just sell it at that point and just use the money for other projects. That said, we do have the deck in here, and the deck is in surprisingly good shape. Looked it over. No major holes except for this one right here. There's a blowout there, but the deck is in actually better shape than the deck on my mower, so I might swap this over to my mower. But we're gonna get this in the shop though, and we're gonna start to get to work on it, and we'll figure out what we can do when hopefully we get it up and cutting again real soon. So let's get this in the garage. Alright, so we got it in the shop here. I got one side panel pulled off. Previous owner loved safety wire because he's instead of installing the panels or fixing them correctly, this one's dinged up a little bit. It could be hammered straight again. He just drilled holes and wire tied stuff into place instead of using the correct fasteners. I don't know why people do this stuff. Fight with this one over here because he's got it wire tied in two different locations. Again, not sitting in their original mounts like they're supposed to. All banged up because I'm guessing he just couldn't do it and couldn't figure it out, or I don't know. I mean, it seems like it's one of those things that could have took 5 minutes and, you know, it would have been okay. Trying to get a better idea of the drive shaft here. We get a shot in there. Yeah, the drive shaft's just flopping around in there. No wonder this thing isn't moving. I've seen a lot of other questionable repairs, like this fuse. There's just two spade connectors duct taped together. Actually, I think I got a spare one of those off another machine. So I might just go ahead and replace that. We're going to get the battery out. We're going to get this other panel off, and I'm going to undo this hood here and get this hood off. Then I'm going to get this body panel off, which if I recall correctly, if you saw the other video, link here, there, somewhere in between. We'll get this cover off, unbolt all the bolts on everything. We'll get this off, and then we're going to power wash the heck out of it. Because, well, it's going to be hard to see back here. It's very, very dirty. I'm not sure if the seal on the gas cap is bad, but it's not oily. And you can see the dirt starts here. And I wonder if the seal on the gas cap is bad and it's just leaking gas all over everything. We'll go ahead and get a new seal in there. I actually got seals for this kind of stuff, amazingly enough. We'll start getting it cleaned up. We'll get this other side panel off. We'll get the hood off. It looks like it's just these bolts here on either side, just nuts off, and then away she goes. We'll cover up the cap there, and we'll get this battery out of here. We'll power wash everything down, and then we'll have something clean to work on. Yeah, well, we'll just go with that. I'm going to continue to cut this stuff off of here because it's not the only safety wire I found. And I'll try to fix these panels the best I can before we put it back together. So let's get this thing apart and let's get it power washed. And I'm not sure if this video is going to be up before this one, or I don't know. This has got to get power washed at the same time, so we'll see that in the next scene here. Yeah, she's a dirty girl. Probably God knows when it was ever washed last. but there is a lot of dirt build up on everything. These are cooling fins. Not gonna do much cooling with all that mud packed around here, and same with the back here. Almost looks like oily, but I think it's coming from the fuel cap because everything around it's dirty, and I'm wondering if it's just, I'm kind of hoping that's what it is. But we'll get all this crud off of here, clean the tins up, and get something clean to start working with. So let's go get the power washer going. Alright, she's cleaner than she started. A bit of a mess of a job here. Sprayed her down with simple, hosed off all the mud that I could, all the thick mud on here, then hit with Simple Gray, which I got in a attachment there for pressure washing. It looks a lot better. I mean, it does look a lot better. You can actually see the back of the hydrostatic. Whew, it's like I think it's already 96 degrees right now. Last I checked, like 80% humidity. It's cooking outside, but yeah, she's all washed up about as good as she's going to get. We'll start getting to work on getting this drive shaft out of here. Hopefully it's not torn up too bad that we can yeah, hopefully it's not torn up too bad that we have to replace the drive shaft, because if we don't, well, we do have to replace it, then this thing's becoming a parts machine. Won't know until we start getting it apart, so let's let her sit out here the rest of today. It shouldn't take too long to dry out with the heat being what it is. And I'm going to go cool off because I am sweating right now. So let's get it back in the garage. Okay, so we got the back half of the drive shaft off here now that everything's nice and clean. Last bolt right here. This was the one that's rattling around the most. And, oh, there's no bushings there. Yep. Yeah, the bushings are all gone. Luckily, there's no real, I mean, these are supposed to be sharper, kind of like how these got points to them. Kind of like a chain sprocket. These are supposed to have the same thing, but it looks like they're all gone. It shouldn't really affect the bushings holding in there, though. It should still work just fine. So we'll get the, I think we'll get these ones next. Here, we get a flashlight in there. Alright, so we got another set. Get some light in there. There we go. That's where the other set are bolted right up there for 7/16 bolts. We'll undo that. Hopefully we can pull the whole drive shaft without having to unbolt this engine, shift it forward like I did on my other mower. May or may not have to do that. So let me get to work on unbolting these, and I might get a little lucky. Let's see. And there's what's left of the front bushings. Once I start unbolting it, you can actually see some of the pieces right there. There's what's left of the bushings right there from the front. So, yeah, let's get the new bushings on here. We'll set it up, and we'll show exactly how I did it last time. And wow, that one's actually in there. We might have to do some grinding and get that out of there. There's a lot of dirt in there too. Probably the only thing holding together. So yeah, let's get to work on getting these bushings, getting this cleaned up, and we'll start getting the bushings in there. And I didn't have to move the engine, but I get the feeling I'm gonna have to move the engine to get this back in here. So, all right, let's get to work. All right, drive shaft's ready to go. I did it off camera there because I've done it already. So if you look above, there'll be a link to the original video of my personal Cub Cadet 2146 that I actually use on a regular basis. I'm going to put this down so if I drop it, it doesn't explode and I lose all my bushings. Even though it's pretty tight in there, I just don't want to chance it. Yes, I'm well aware my workbench is a complete mess right now. I got like 4 or 5 projects going at the same time. I got the other Cub Cadet over here. I got an electrical project I'm working on. Just replaced the batteries and one of the kids' RC things. And I got rehang wall mounts because one of the kids decided they wanted to hang on or try climbing one of my shelving units, and well, the drywall anchors aren't rated for toddlers to climb. So, and then they got an engine, random engine in the way. Well, not random. That said, we do have a particular problem because the drive shaft won't slide back into place because I had to reference my own videos of why it wasn't happening. And just drop the bolt. I got to pull the steering shaft out because, there it is, steering shaft. Let's turn the light there. Yep, that right there. It's just got a simple little stir clip in there. We just pull that out and pull the steering shaft up and out. That will allow us to slide the drive shaft through because the drive shaft can't go around it. It just goes through a certain slot in here. And then we'll flash it again. We'll put it right back into place in there where it goes. There's some of the old bushings right there. Let's see if I can grab them. Yeah. This is what's left of the front bushings. There was nothing left in the rear bushings. Basically, when I started taking it apart, the bushing started disintegrating. So it was about to go anyways. So let's get all this apart and we'll get this slid back into place. Alright, so we got the drive shaft in and torqued down. I got lucky, I didn't have to move the engine on this one. I was able to just drop it right in place and throw the bolts on. But I did have to loosen up the dash on this. I forgot I had to do that last time. Basically, you take this bolt out here, same one on the other side there, and just loosen these ones up. And you can tilt the dash with the steering column all the way up. You can tilt the dash forward and it'll give you enough space. I've seen videos where people have been able to get it through there, but there's a plastic shield there, and I'm sure probably what happens is it's broken off on other people's, so they're able to slide it in there. I'd rather not break anything that doesn't need to be broken. So that said, we're going to get the body panel on here. That way we can get the pedals on here and we can start it up and make sure everything functions properly. And if everything works, we'll put the mower deck under there, make sure that works. And if that works, we'll finish up everything else and we'll get this thing for sale. Because if something doesn't work, that engine is going in here. And I don't know what I'll do with that old Kohler 10 horsepower motor. And I know that will make a lot of diehard people mad. And this is a whole separate story in itself. So, like I said, let's get back to getting the rest of this thing put back together so we can hopefully get it moving. Alright, tins are back on. Everything should be good to go. I found out real quick that the choke hole there is broken. We'll try to figure out a solution for that to keep that in place. Throttle's up. Let's see if she starts. PTO works. Success! Oh man. Alright, cool. She's got some rattles. PTO does work. Let's see here. I'm going to adjust some of that wiring locations. Here's a fun thing. This is the light wire. He has it plugged to this aftermarket the starter solenoid. I don't know where he got it from. Doesn't really matter. If that works, it works. They don't have headlights anyways. See? No headlights. So, not really needed. I mean, who mows the lawn in the dark anyways? Alright, so let's come up with a few solutions. Especially for this piece here. I'll try to figure out something to hold that in place. That said, she moves, so get her out of the garage tomorrow morning. Put the deck on there, run the belt on there, and we'll pick up from there and see if we got an actual functioning lawnmower. Whew, that took a little bit of work. Get these bent back into shape. Had to do a lot of pounding, but I got them sitting somewhat flat and somewhat straight. I'm guessing this guy, either previous owner or one of the previous owners, hit something hard, because this is what, 1/8 inch steel bar that wraps around here, and it is smashed right up against the heat guard here. This whole grill here is pushed in pretty far, So I had to do a lot of pulling and yanking and smashing and hitting. But I got it looking somewhat good. I mean, there's some creases in the metal from where I guess where it just folded when it was pushed in. It had nowhere to go back here, and it creased the metal here, and it creased the metal on this side, and almost the same exact space. And I'm gonna take a wild guess at probably why there's no headlight. Whatever it hit that so hard, it busted the front headlight out. That said, I think we're done for tonight. We'll get this thing outside tomorrow, and we will get the deck under here, and we'll see if it cuts some grass. And if it cuts some grass, then it goes up for sale. It's a good mower. It fires right up. I still got to fix the choke linkage here, but yeah, I mean, it's got some use on it. It's definitely well worn, but it's got plenty of life left in it. So yeah, we'll get this thing properly done and get it out the door here. So let's go get let's go to sleep, and then in the morning we'll put the deck on. So good night, y'all. Went ahead and brought out my mower real quick just to show off the differences between the two. This one's got new rear tires. These are stock style rear tires, and if you look at mine, it has wider and taller tires. Did that because I don't like getting stuck, and it helps. Although I kind of wish I went with paddle tires. That would really been nice. This one obviously is missing headlights, and it got more wear and tear. We're talking about like 915 hours on this. This has got like 350 hours on it. Major difference of condition, obviously. Both 2146s. Different options. Mine's got a bull bar set up. This one has the standard bar on there, but front bumper. This one's missing a chute. That said, I mean, this one still has plenty of life on it. It's not heavily rusted. Definitely had some body damage in it, but it's got plenty of life left in it. These tractors are really well made. It was before MTD really just screwed the pooch and just tried to make them as cheap as possible. I mean, this is the last of the generation before they switched over to belt drive on what they perceived garden tractors should be. So that said, let's finish this video out. I'll go put my mower back away, cut some grass with this one, and we'll call it a video. Usually a transmission failure on a riding mower is the end of the life of it because it's expensive and complicated repair. Got lucky this time that it only was just a $20 fix I ended up needing, although I could have used the parts for something else. But in the end, it's got plenty of life left in it, and it should serve somebody good. So that said, thank you all for coming by and checking out the revival video of this one, and we'll see y'all next time on Zombie's Garage.